Good morning, you guys. We are up bright and early to go on a nice run. This is the first kilometer of the easy run today. My hope is to get through all 10, and then I have some strides at the end. But to be honest, part of this warm-up is also waking up because we are a bit tired, but that's okay. 1 kilometer done. 2 kilometers done. It's very true what they say, how the first few kilometers are for sure a lie, because I'm already feeling it. Okay, you guys, 3 kilometers done. Kilometer 4 is complete. We're halfway there. 5 kilometers are feeling good. Half of my run is downhill, so it's a nice little breather before I have to go back up the hill. But yeah, we're feeling good. 6 kilometers, you guys. You know, they say like an easy run is measured by the fact that you can talk through it, which is true on the downhill part, because going up that hill, no one's having a conversation. So we're over halfway there. We're feeling good. All right, you guys, 8 kilometers done. We're almost there. Sun is starting to come up. That's really nice. Okay, and just like that, you guys, we were done with the easy run. The reason why I'm breathing so hard right now is I had to do strides at the end. So I've never done them before. It's my first time implementing them into my recovery or easy runs. And whew, they are not easy, but we are finished with the run for the day. I'm going to cool down by taking the dogs on their walk, because right after getting your heart rate up, you don't want to bring it down dramatically by lying down, sitting down. I'm going to kind of keep moving for a little bit. So I'm going to get some electrolytes and then take the pups. All right, you guys, I'm headed to school now for work. The legs are feeling a little bit tired. I tried to work on my running form today and realized that it was not what I was supposed to be doing. So I'm feeling it extra right now, but that's okay. Another tip for you guys if you're getting into running is always make sure that when you run or after you run, that during the day you don't just rot in bed, you get some movement in. So the walk I have to do to school is perfect for that. Anyway, headed to work now. I am not gonna lie, you guys, coming to work this week has been not so pleasant. I had sort of a not so great encounter with one of my coworkers. I pretty much messed something up, and I admit to that. And it's just kind of hard when you make a mistake and you're trying to do everything really well, and you know, sometimes things just kind of slip through the cracks. And I realized my mistake, but I also know that it's a lesson that I need to do better and be better and just kind of focus on the little details, since I'm more of a big picture person, and I realize that and I'm learning from it. Okay, so I just had to help proctor some exams, but they didn't really need my help. So I'm going to head back to the office now and hopefully get some studying done. I also have some work to do, like office work, but it won't take me that long. So I feel like I should get most of my Anki cards done. I think I have about 300 to do. So quite a lot, but it should only take me about 2 hours or so to get through them, but that's the plan. If I had to pick a theme for this video, it would definitely be balance. I am taking on so much right now. A lot of it is my own doing. I'm trying to train for a marathon, just kind of seeing what my body can do and how far I can push it in a healthy way, of course. and also studying for a few exams, pretty important exams I have coming up, while also trying to maintain a balanced and healthy lifestyle, see my friends, keep that social connection with people and not lose that and feel isolated. And it's a struggle for sure. I think life or school doesn't really prepare you for how to juggle everything. So it's been a very steep learning curve. And I think so far I'm okay with everything. It's just a matter of staying grounded and remembering who I am. I'm going through my Anki and review sheets. I just finished all of the new cards I had for ophthalmology, and now I have to go back through and do all of my learn and do cards. But yeah, that's what we're doing right now. I've done so far 95 cards, and it took me 27 minutes, which isn't bad, but it felt longer because I took a break in between each set. But now we're gonna go, and I have 297 cards to learn and 397 cards that are due. So that's fun, but we're gonna do that now. I am much more of a tea rather than coffee kind of girl. It doesn't give me any sort of crash. It makes me feel warm and cozy. And I've liked the taste of coffee, but I don't really like the effects of caffeine. And I know I could always get decaf, but I just try to stick to tea whenever possible. And it helps me keep me calm, and it's a nice little treat to have whilst I'm studying. I make my own matcha lattes at home and just bring them to school since it's more cost effective and I don't have to go out and pay, $5-6 because for some reason matcha is so expensive. But anyway, yeah. Still working on my Anki and getting some topics studied at the moment or reviewed at the moment. Girl's very tired, hoping to eat very soon. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm sorry this vlog is so boring, you guys. I feel like all I'm doing is studying and training, but that's pretty much my life at the moment. So just bear with me. Okay, it is finally time to go have some lunch. So, yum. Lunch is my saving grace. It's been my main meal of the day, I would say, recently, because I try to, it's in the early afternoon, so it's really, I'm starving by this point, especially if I run in the mornings, which is most days. So I'm usually starving and trying to get as many good nutrients and carbs as I can into this meal. And then dinner is more light and breakfast is light. So lunch has kind of been my most important meal recently. And then I like to come out here and take a nap and just get some vitamin D and relax a little bit, decompress. And I am a huge fan of the power nap. Sometimes it can be anywhere from 20 minutes to an hour, but I think it's a really good way to just come back and refresh. My office, really fun. I dropped my phone and cracked my screen protector, so I'm gonna have to think about changing that very soon because it has so many cracks. But I'm gonna get a little bit of studying done and hopefully be headed out here very soon. Fingers crossed. I ended up not being able to come home early this day and I had to go and proctor an exam, but that's totally okay. I'm so fine with that. It's within my job description. And the nice thing is I have this beautiful blue sky to look forward to on my way back home. The weather has been quite lovely where I'm living. It's been warm, it's been very agreeable. And so my walks home and my walks to school are usually very pleasant, and I get to see a lot of beautiful nature and look at the mountains and just think about my day. I know it sounds a little cheesy, but I really do use that time to think about what I did well that day, what I didn't do well, what I can improve, and just some sort of good self-reflection, since I know when I get home, I'm not going to have the time or the energy to do that. I'm going to be kind of rolling on all cylinders, and sometimes I take the opportunity to take a second nap. It just happens, but anyway. Okay, so I haven't realized that I let 5 hours go by without giving you guys an update, but I've been home doing boring stuff, I took a nap, I got dressed, I taught, I did some things, but it's, as I said, you guys, it's been a pretty boring day in my life. I'm sorry that there's not that much to show you, but I'm very tired right now. The legs are so fatigued right now. So I think I'm gonna try to do some stretching and just like put my feet up on a wall because they are killing me. Like they're just really tired. They're not sore, not painful or anything. They're just very tired. So I want to make sure that they're fresh and ready because tomorrow I have a marathon pace run. It's 13 kilometers, so I want to make sure I'm okay for that. If it really feels like they're not going to feel any better, obviously I won't do the run, but it's still the plan to do the run, and this is the first week I'm kind of going up in volume a little bit, so that's kind of why I think they're just getting used to that. But anyway, I have all of this laundry. I don't know if you guys can see all that. This guest bed is covered in laundry, so I need to get to that. I have to do the rest of my Anki cards, so I'm gonna see how much of all these things I need to do, but I need to make a to-do list first, so I'm gonna do that. I love learning, but I hate studying. I don't know if this makes sense to anyone else, but I love learning new things and expanding my knowledge. But sitting down in the act of studying is something that my brain and I go into arguments about every single time. I struggle really hard staying concentrated. I always have. So these study sessions are sometimes a real struggle. Okay, so you know what's so funny, guys, is that I have been doing something I'm not supposed to do, which is get distracted. And what have I been distracting myself with? I've been watching these documentary videos on YouTube about China and Korea and how they have these huge college entrance exams and like how crazy it is, like the schedule that these students stick to. It's absolutely horrendous, but it really makes me think like there are so many, like I come from the US school system, like I remember so many people complaining about doing 10 problems for homework, and yet in Korea they do like 5 hours of tutoring and they stop to go home like at 10 p.m. and still do homework. Like that's insane. So it just like really makes you think that the US is not the greatest country in the world when it comes to education, and it's really kind of sad. And I'm not saying we should do the extreme either. I think there should be a healthy balance because, you know, also Korea has the highest suicide rate among young people, so you know there's that correlation, but it just really makes you think. So currently I am organizing my notes to get ready to do some more revision with Anki. I have my two computers here. On this one I'm gonna put on like some ambiance background video, and then on this one I'm going to go ahead and I might watch some videos actually because I'm feeling pretty low energy, and that tends to be what I like to do. And then that'll perk me up a little bit more so I can go ahead and attack these 200 or so Anki questions I have left. But we're doing it, you guys. We are being productive, and that's all I could ask. Okay, so quick little story time. When I was younger, I was very behind in pretty much every single subject. I was testing at a third grade level in fifth grade. I had to do a lot of supplemental courses, and my academic journey has been all over the place. I was doing really poorly sort of in elementary school, middle school, high school. I ended up graduating in 3 years just because I had a big move in between sophomore, junior year, and I had enough credits to be able to graduate and not need to stay for my senior year. So I really missed out, I think, on that experience, and it caused me to grow up a lot faster than a lot of my peers. I definitely always feel older, like the more mature one in a lot of my friend groups. You know, I'm the one who got a job first. I'm the one who's going to medical school. I'm the one who's doing this, who's doing that, who has to worry about rent, and other peers are worrying about how they're gonna get to the mall, you know what I mean? So I feel like I'd had to grow up really, really fast, and I use a lot of those skills I had to learn back then and carry them over into the discipline that I have today. So I think it's just been a learned skill that I've had to acquire all throughout my life. But yeah, I have not always been this academic weapon, I'm just kidding, that you guys see. I have struggled a lot, and I for a long time hated school. I thought I was stupid. I thought I wasn't good at it. And yeah, you kind of just battle your inner demons at times. Alright, you guys. So I got most of my Anki done. So tired. It's about 9 p.m. right now. I still have not gotten to that pile of laundry over there. I might not do that tonight. And so tired. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. But I know I need to stay up a little bit tonight just to get the rest of the Anki cards done, because if not, they'll just roll over to yet tomorrow, and I don't really want that because I'm trying to keep it light. But the girl is so tired. We're gonna go take a little bit of a brain break right now and have some dinner and some family time for a little bit while I recuperate. And then hopefully after dinner I can get like an hour tops more studying done. And then I need to be up around 4:30 tomorrow to go on my run. So very fun. Just kind of like I run, work, study, repeat, sleep, repeat, like every single day. So a lot of these days and these vlogs are gonna be super repetitive, which is probably why I haven't been vlogging as much for you guys, because I feel like I'm just showing you guys the same thing over and over again. It's nothing glamorous. Like, I'm preparing for several important exams that are coming up this year, so I feel like these vlogs are not entertaining, but I'm trying to show you guys the reality of the situation. But anyway, I'm gonna go have some dinner and hopefully come back upstairs and do some more Anki in bed, because why not? You know what I mean? Like, they say, like, there are things you should and shouldn't do. Who cares? Like, I'm done at this point. But yeah. Now it is time to say goodbye, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Bye.